Hello, Flosstube.
Greetings.
I'm Laura.
I'm Joe.
Welcome to the Slovak Farm.
This is the farm where we grow cross-stitch.
One stitch at a time. Today's Monday, November 7th.
2020.
2022.
2022, yeah. Oh my god, my brain just booted up badly.
There was a serious misfire there. Tomorrow is election day here in the United States. If you're in the U.S., go vote.
Do it.
Do it now.
Just
tomorrow.
Well, that's when they'll be seeing it.
Actually, when this pops up, the polls are open in Ohio, so.
Do it.
Do it now. How was y'all's week? I was busy.
I'm through the bull crap. I can actually stitch a little bit.
Yay. I had quite the busy week with helping set the church up for All Saints Day, All Souls Day, and Thanksgiving, and yeah, the Thanksgiving decorations stay up between now and Thanksgiving. Because it's all dried flowers and gourd. Dried flowers, gourds.
And dried corn.
Dried corn, fake grapes, some fake leaf garlands. They will stay up through till Advent. So, it's been busy this week.
I got some good news this week.
You got some good news this week. And that would be?
Somebody used her vote to get me into Daily 30.
Yes. The Daily 30 opened up, and he got it. So, now he is an official card-carrying member of Daily 30. There's not a card. It's just... Spent 20 minutes looking for 2 paper clips this morning. Could only find one. There's one sitting on the dining room table. Okay. Moving along.
Niece, now I have a way of actually trying to keep some stitching going.
Right. Well, oh, forgive me. Oh, and we had guild meeting on Wednesday.
You want to tell them your good news?
Pretty busy week. I am the new Needlework Guild president. Well, in April. Or for next year. I will be the new Needlework Guild president. Lord help us all.
And she wanted the job.
I did. I volunteered for the job.
You didn't just volunteer for it. You actually wanted it.
I did.
So I'm going to be the host by myself.
That was pretty good. Oh, I've got the giggles. Okay.
Do I have to pause the video so we can get the giggles out of our system?
Yes.
Be right back. Giggles have been expunged.
Okay, now that we've got the giggles out of us.
I'll get them back before the end of the video.
I'm sure you will. Why don't we shout out our commenters?
Hey y'all, what's up?
Are you done being loud?
Am I awake?
Okay, moving along.
I'm trying to. Ooh, new one. Junebug. Put up some. Hi, Junebug. Cute Girl Stitches. Craft Cave Dwellings. Andrea. And Teresa.
Yes. And apparently everybody likes to buy candy the day after Halloween.
Craft Cave Dwellings. I want to live in your house. A crafting cave? That sounds awesome. I want to be a dwarf. So is that what she calls her little underground thingy?
No, that's her tornado shelter.
Yeah, but I would call it my craft cave.
It's not big enough.
She gonna hate me one of these days.
See what I'm working with here, people? See what I'm working with.
A loving and caring individual that just loves you. Don't want to dip pieces and knows if you need to.
I love you. All right.
And no, I'm not putting on a show. This is me normally crazy.
This is
Please
okay.
comment below your sympathies for this poor woman.
All right. Let's move along to whips.
Okay.
Whips.
I did something this week. This is Ink Circles. Squirrels of Sumatra. And it is done on 16 count Ada heirloom. Dyed by this beautiful woman right here. This is what it looks like in a same color. Not what I'm using. And this is how far I've got. I got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This many done today. This week.
That many bumpies.
Because I actually found out I'm doing the actual daily 30, which is 30 minutes of stitching per day for 5 days at least during the week. And I found out that each one of these humps takes me 10 minutes to stitch. Not kidding. 3 of them, half hour. Every time so far.
That's good. Very good, very good, very good.
Yarp.
Very good. I love you. I love you. Okay. Now,
I'm going to say something random while she's looking. I don't have a problem with challenge groups. I have a problem with counting stitches. And that's just because it breaks my brain.
I have lost.
Do I need to pause the video?
Please pause the video because I have lost something. Par for the course for this project right now. So I decided. Anyways. When I looked at my par for the course for the day right now. So last week in Daily 30 was Sir Edward Elgar week. He's a British composer. And I could fit all of the prompts onto one project, which was Quaker Turtle. So that's what I did, except for one, because I ran out of stitching time in the week because A, I was busy, and B, I kept having to frog this effort. And this was the project I couldn't find a second ago when we paused. Par for the course for this project. But
nope.
I did manage to do 1,343 stitches on this sucker. It is on Aquamarine from the Slovak Farm. So I did. So I finished this motif on his top. This, and I got his top flipper, and his top flipper is not completely right. But you can't tell what's wrong. And if you pause this and zoom in to figure out what's wrong and try to tell me, I'm going to tell you to go for yourself.
That is the first time you've ever been that angry. What did this project call your mama?
I had to rip out this part, that part, this part, and stitch. I stitched those 3 segments twice, and certain other parts twice. It and I, by the time I was done Thursday with it, we're not friends.
I'd be right back. I'll go the water. I think he's low on water and it's making bad noises.
Okay.
You keep talking.
I guess I'll keep talking. So, this was something that I have stitched on Zoom. Or I have stitched with friends, and I have definitely stitched... I mean, I started this with my Zoom friends. Something I have done a variation on. Obviously, this is not the called for floss. The called for color is a solid DMC. I am using Weeks Dye Works Bethlehem. Something... I don't even know what that was. Something you started almost as soon as it was released. This was released in May of 21. And I started it within 6 months. I think that's soon enough. And then something that you had fallen out of love with or was a bit neglected. This was definitely a bit neglected before I started stitching on it last week.
And I think you've fallen out of love with it again.
You need to take a nap for right now.
I brought you back because they wanted me to bring back something that was pissing me off. Guess what? Part of the course, you're still doing it.
It was not taking me off before. It just was neglected because it was hard fitting it into prompts.
Oh, okay.
So.
Now it's pissed you off.
Now just don't torque me off. We'll be back to it. Don't worry. Don't you worry, folks. We'll be back to it. I promise.
After that much flipping frogging, I hope so.
Oh, yeah. Okay. My knuckles hurt. Okay. So, then it was time to stitch on my cell prompt. You know it. You love it. You're probably all sick of it.
No, we're not. Comment below. Are you sick of this one yet? I'm not.
Supernaturals by the Witchy Stitcher. I did 312 stitches, which is the all of this frame for the zombie. We only have 2 more creature releases. Obviously, I am not that far. It's okay. We're plugging away at it. We'll get there. I promise. What did I tell you? That was 312 stitches. I think I told you that, but no. Tuesday was the first of the month. So we got the new monthlies for Daily 30. Or the new monthly for Daily 30. It is an acrostic, so be thankful. So we have to fit our projects into each letter. And I just kind of went through what I had and came up with stuff that would fit.
We had a fun brainstorming session.
We did have a brainstorming session. And I tried to fit in, and really I was trying to fit in my rotation, you know, my rotation. Raven Queen, Lady with Dog, Tale as Old as Time, and an ornament. Goodness. To make sure that I would have, because I tend to work on the monthlies on the weekends, right? So my rotation is to do it on Sundays. So I wanted to make sure that all fit. And then I did, but then I was pulling out other stuff. So I used this for the H in Thankful because it's a Mill Hill kit. So now, if you've been here long enough, you know that I started this on the plastic paper, on the perforated paper, and then I switched to fabric because I was struggling with the paper and it was starting to crack because it was so big. So I did 313 stitches on it, which is all of the stitching. I only had a little bit of the green up here. So the cauliflower, there are beads that need to go on the cauliflower. So as you can see on the picture here, you know, it's a checkerboard pattern with red background and the tan background. that you would stitch on the perforated paper. Because it's on a tan piece of fabric, I don't need to stitch the tan background. But I wasn't entirely sure how I wanted to deal with the red background. Because I really didn't want to stitch the red background. So what I came up with was the first row on the border for where the red, the red block. I'm going to stitch in like a border. And then for the tan background blocks, I'll do the same thing. But I'm going to do it, I'm going to save that part for last because like this, it's going to be where the outside edge of the red block would be. I know what I'm thinking. It will become apparent as I work on this. Now, the center block, which is, it says Farmer's Market. I'm likely going to have to stitch that, which is fine because Farmer's Market is backstitched. I'm willing to do that. I accept that I have to do that. But I just wanted to make my life a little easier. Since I was doing it on fabric, I wanted it to, showcase the pretty fabric. And also, let's be honest, I wasn't confident I had enough thread because I had a decent amount of, I had the center block, I'll show you, it's still in here. I had the center block all done, and the background of the tomato block done. Wasn't sure I would have enough fabric.
I wonder if you could salvage it to just say Farmer's Market.
Probably.
That way, is it wasted?
Yeah.
That'd be a cute little needle minder.
That it would be. That's kind of why it hasn't come out of there yet.
Just a thought.
Just a thought. We'll see. Okay, so that was 313 stitches. Okay, so then yesterday was working on the monthlies, and it was my, I kind of forgot where I was at in my rotation. I knew that I had just last weekend worked on an ornament. I was pretty sure that I had worked on Tale as Old as Time 2 weekends ago. Like, where I was at with where I should have been working on Raven, Queen, and Lady with it. I don't know. I don't remember. It doesn't really matter. Right? Like, it doesn't. But I pulled out Lady with Dog to work on her. She fits into Thankful because L. Lady with Dog. And then I realized I'm pretty much almost done with her. So I thought, well, I wonder what she fits for this week's prompts that were released on Friday. I can get her into all but one. I don't have that many stitches left on her. So this is a Design Works kit. So this is on the 14 count kit Ada. Yes, the fabric is looking a little rough. It's got a couple spots on it. It's all DMC, so it will wash out. Trying to get her into frame. So I have put on, so her 300, so for the L prompt, I did 319 stitches yesterday, but I think I've finished a, one of this week's prompts. I think I'm close to 600 on it, which is basically all of this here in the leg and this part of the butt. So I kind of just have to fill in the highlighting of the back end of the dog, the leash tassel and the leash, and that's it. She's done. So sorry, I do not think I have. I really don't think I'm going to finish the week with. I think I'm going to have her done before I get to the end of the prompts for the week. We'll go over that when we get to plans. But you'll see her again. Because I decided I'm just going to go ahead and finish her.
She sees the light at the end of the tunnel. Go into the light. There's a finish there. I amused myself.
Okay then. And last but definitely not least, I have a crochet finish. It's pot holder. I'm not entirely sure it's a fabulously functional pot holder. Yes, it's supposed to look like a cherry pie, lattice cherry pie. These are only secured on the ends. So I'm not sure how well it's going to function as a pot holder. But someone suggested it would be a beautiful trivet, which it would be. I think it will be, great trivet.
Especially for cherry pies.
Well, yeah. And like when we go somewhere and we take our side dish and I need to put a thing under my hot plate dish, it's a little lumpy. I mean, doesn't matter. But it's super cute. That's my crochet finish. The only haul I brought home from Needlework Guild was crochet thread and hooks. I'm sure it was very unexciting. Oh, that's right. He's got haul. So I guess we're going to do haul.
Right.
Haul. That's a stand. One of the gals was giving it away, so he decided he wanted it. So okay.
And she was very glad that I wanted it so badly.
Yes. Well,
That's it.
That's it. I got some crochet thread and hooks to do lacy doily type size crochet, but I don't have it with me right here, and it's literally not super exciting. So why don't we move on to plans?
Oh, this should be entertaining. Bye-bye.
Plans and announcements. Plans.
I'm going to be doing I might keep doing Squirrels of Sumatra for the daily 30, or I'm thinking of changing it up. It's just like one of the projects I want to do, if you don't put 3 hours of stitching, it's actually really hard to tell when you've done something.
Well, yeah, some projects are like that.
So I think I'm actually going to start blocking that one off.
Okay.
Zelda map.
Okay.
So, but I'm thinking of actually doing some of the monthlies. And I'm going to see how many I can fit Zelda map onto. I might actually go a little nuts with it. Because, well, it's a map, and I can just start looking up all the different regions on the map. I'm pretty sure I can find every letter in the rainbow. The alphabet. That's what everyone else is going for.
Okay. Then.
Okay, and for the weeklies, it is the 7 Wonders of the Ancient World. They forgot that in the actual title.
What are the 7 Wonders of the World?
It is the Great Pyramid of Giza, the Colosseum of Rhodes, the Lighthouse of Alexandria, the Mausoleum of I can't pronounce that.
Halicarnassus.
The Temple of Artemis, the statue of Zeus at Olympia, and the Hanging Gardens of Babylon.
My hair looks funky. Okay, well. So.
You want to do the individual prompts? You want me to do it?
Can you tell we didn't discuss this beforehand, y'all?
We're kind of like, we mentioned it, and we're like, we'll just figure it out while we're filming.
We'll figure it out when we get there. Well, we're here.
Well, I don't think I'm doing any of the weeklies.
Well, I didn't know if you were doing any of those.
I don't know.
Okay, so.
I might do 1 or 2 prompts on Saturday or Sunday.
If we, in relation to modern day countries, 2 of the wonders were in Greece, 2 were in Turkey, 2 were in Egypt, and 1 was in Iraq. If I sat here and thought about it long enough, I could probably tell you which is which, but I can't. My brain is not functioning.
The Artemis and Zeus are Greece.
Artemis and Zeus are in Greece. The Lighthouse of Alexandria and the pyramids are Egypt.
And then we're just going to move on.
Hanging Gardens of Babylon were in Iraq, so the other 2 were in Turkey.
Okay, moving on.
Things that I know. I don't know. So your whip needs to stitch on a whip that reminds you of one of these countries. Well, he's like, I got nothing. Aren't there pyramids on? Anyways.
Not Egyptian. That's in the Dark World map, not the Light World map.
Okay. Well, greyhounds were part of ancient Egyptian culture.
We could possibly do the one the cat stitch I have, because Egyptian cats. Next, how do I do either or? One, you, me.
How about that?
Okay. All right. We're going to get her. Love you. Okay. Of the 7 wonders, only the Pyramid of Giza, which is also by far the oldest of the wonders, still remains standing. With the others being destroyed over the centuries, stitch on a whip that you are shocked is still standing.
Still standing. Meaning. Well, I'm thinking that could be taken in a multitude of ways.
Unfortunately, the one I want to do, I would put pressure on you to do it for this week.
Well, I was going to work on trying to get your fabric dyed tomorrow.
I actually have to restart
Liberty
Angel because the fabric and the color I thought it would be okay. Laura was right. I was wrong. But it's still standing. I had to go all the way back to the beginning of the drawing board, but it's still going to be standing.
Yes. So, I mean, you could interpret that as a whip you are shocked you haven't given up on. That is you're still working on. I interpret it as something that I thought I would already be done with by now. Definitely Lady with Dog, because, like, why did I stop stitching on that?
Also, they're technically standing.
Well, yeah, they are standing. And to be fair, there are some houses on some Quakers and some samplers. I don't know that they would actually be standing in modern. There are some houses on cross-stitch projects that I don't think would actually be standing. I might be willing to say. Okay. Number 3. There is scholarly debate over the exact nature of the Hanging Gardens of Babylon, and there is doubt as to whether they existed at all. There is actually archaeological proof of concept. They can't determine where exactly the Hanging Gardens were. Pretty sure it was in what is now Iraq. But there's definitely been proof that it could be done in the desert. Also, random things I know. They were described as a remarkable feat of engineering with an ascending series of tiered gardens containing a wide variety of trees, shrubs, and vines resembling a large green mountain constructed of mud bricks. Stitch on a whip that contains something found in a garden. If you're a human like me, you'll find a dog in a garden.
Well, we call that one Laura and Bandy, and I guess what else I find in a garden all the time?
Alora!
With Bandy helping.
Mm-hmm. And British people call their yards a garden. So, the dog is in the garden. There you go.
You know what I could actually do just to be cheap?
What?
Sell the map.
Because there's lots of plants and greenery.
There's also a lake, so I can say there's water in a garden if you want it to live.
Well, yeah. And see, that's why people are like, Garden of Babylon couldn't have existed because they couldn't get water. But there actually has been there's been archaeological proof of how they could have done it. Finding the evidence of where exactly they did it, and has not happened yet.
I don't even know if it would survive by this point if it was mud brick.
Well, you would be. See, the thing of it is,
because it'd be buried by the desert.
Well, Hanging Gardens of Babylon were in Iraq. And centuries of war have pretty much destroyed a lot of things over there. So, yes, we can, in theory, say it could have existed. Are they ever going to be able to prove it actually existed? Probably not.
Not until we get time viewing technology.
Exactly.
Okay, the Colossus of Rhodes, a statue of the Greek sun god Helios, was the last of the 7 to be completed after 280 BC and was the first to be destroyed by an earthquake in 226, 225 BC. Poor thing! It lasted like 45 years.
That's Greece for you.
55, actually. As such, all 7 wonders existed simultaneously for less than 60 years. Stitch on a whip that is related to another of your existing whips and explain how they're related. What you got? I have the elemental dragons.
Well, there you go.
If you've got a series or a sow, that's easy.
That is true. Very true.
Or if you have a favorite type of fabric.
Or a favorite designer. Or a favorite...
floss company.
Yeah. Or like if you're a full coverage stitcher, a sampler stitcher, a Quaker stitcher, a pretty lady stitcher.
Basically, what's your style?
Yes. Lady with dog, I obviously have Lady with Dog, which is a greyhound, and then a greyhound year, which is greyhounds. So.
And how many pretty ladies do you have?
A lot.
I got a pretty lady right here.
We won't talk about how many pretty. I actually don't have that many. Okay.
Yeah, they're all finished.
The Temple of Artemis, or Artemis Sun, also known as the Temple of Diana, was a Greek temple dedicated to an ancient local form of the goddess Artemis, identified with Diana, a Roman goddess. It was located in Euphrates, near the modern town of Selçuklu in present-day Turkey. By 401 AD, it had been ruined or destroyed. Only foundations and fragments of the last temple remain at the site. Stitch on a whip with a building.
Map. That's all I got.
It's a map. I have several whips with a building, but Lady with Dog is not one of them, so that's the one that this does not fit.
Okay. Yeah, the
bonus Sal and the non-counting challenge.
Yeah.
I don't do the daily 30. He's focusing on the daily 30. You will obviously see more of Supernaturals for the Sal. Y'all are gonna be.
I don't actually think I own a Sal.
You do not. I'm pretty sure.
I think I have one started, but I completely forgot about it. I have no desire to start it again. Well, it's a really small one. I don't even think you finished it.
What?
Or you might have finished the Nativity one. I got like a year or two. I'll show you later. Moving on. Well,
it can also be a Sal in a sense of something that's got an Instagram hashtag and is. There might be a Squirrels of Sumatra hashtag. Something like that. Okay. So that is the week for Daily 30s. Yeah. So that's plans. Announcements. I don't
We already did the announcement. Okay, let's do the spiel and get the heck out of here then.
My brain has suddenly decided it is shutdown time.
Make it spiel time then.
Spiel time.
Please like, comment, subscribe, bell notification thingy me bobby. The whole YouTube spiel.
Okay.
Comment below if you like laughing.
If you don't like laughing, what are you doing here?
Dying.
Alright, well, thank you guys for spending a little bit of your week with us and appreciating our crazy, putting up with our crazy, and I hope you guys have a great week. We'll talk to you next week.
Bye!